First, let's pay homage to the lineage gurus, homage to the Venerable Mang Liaoming, homage to Master Sakya Zhengkong, homage to the 16th Dharma King Karmapa, and homage to Master Dukdan Dorji. Homage to the three jewels of the altar. Homage to the main deity of Homa, the Celestial Mother, the Jade Maiden of wonderful actions. Small Dharma masters, Dharma educators, Dharma teachers, Dharma instructors, Dharma assistants, all disciples present here and over the webcast. Our guests of honors today, we have many of them. From Taiwan government, the Chief Secretary, Mr. Chen. From Academia Sinica, the Professor Zhu and Mrs. Zhu. TPP party from Tainan City, the Chief Director, Mr. Tai, and the council person from Kaohsiung City, Mr. Xu, and the council person Xu came from the same town as I was. He was born in Jiayi, Taipao area, and I was from Hofu. So, Taipao, the area called Taipao. And he's junior in my college. I went to the technical school of Kaohsiung, and at that time the schoolmaster was Tang Zi, and he was your junior a few years from me. And this councilman, she had helped with the school a lot. Thank you. From the KMT Kaohsiung City, the Vice Chair, Xu. And she's also the councilwoman of Kaohsiung City. From China, Sihan Taoist Association Director. So the 64th lineage holder of Sihan, which is the Master Zhang and his group of 16 other Taoists. In Taoism, the Tiansi Tao, the 64th patriarch, and this is the first in Taoism. Number one. In the past, Longhu San, Longhu Mountain, mountain of dragon and tiger, Zhang Daolin, the first patriarch is Zhang Daolin. He founded this Tiansi Tao in the mountain of dragon and tiger. And I personally, with the 11th and 12th gurus or patriarchs, have met in the past life. And in this life, met with the 64th patriarch. It's my honor. That one of my past lives, I and Qiu Changchun, Wang Congyang, from the Qianzhen Jiao. I have never met with Wang Congyang, but I met Qiu Chuji. Also have met once in the past lives. That's Qianzhen Taoist. And I met the Qingzhen Taoist master from Sichuan, Qingzhen Mountain. And Qingzhen Taoist master gave me a Taoist name of Xianhe. And Qingzhen Mountain, the first heavenly master, Zhang Tianci, cultivated there. And my birthday, as you all know, is the lunar calendar, the 5th year, 18th day on the noon. It's also the same birthday as Zhang Tianci, as this Zhang heavenly guru, master. Thank you for your coming. So with this Zhang master, my birthday is exactly the same. At the same time, same date, same month, and same year. So thank you for this Zhang Heavenly Master, the 64th Patriarch of Sihan. And thank you for your gift of this Heavenly Master garment. And also for the other followers, 16 Taoist Masters. This is a good affinity that we have created here. From National Cheng-Kung University, WE Professor Dr. Wang. From National Zhongzhen University, WE Assistant Professor Dr. Wang and Mrs. Wang. National Yunlin Science and Technology University, WE Professor Dr. Wang. National Taiwan Science and Technology University Business Management Professor Dr. Lin and Mrs. Lin. From Pingtung Daren Science and Technology University Assistant Professor Dr. Ye. National Tsinghua University Dr. Li and Mrs. Li.
My university, same class, men, Zhu Jinshui 先生及夫人，陈哲霞女士，
Mr. and Mrs. Zhu,
杨淑梅女士，
Mr. and Mrs. Tsai,
大学的同班同学，大学的同学。
same class in college.
立法委员蔡其昌先生代表陈
Representative of the legislator Cai Qi-chang, Miss Chen, Mei Hui, Hui Mei.
名节目主持人
The well-known TV personality, Mr. Tai,
谢谢大家。
Tai Ziyan. Thank you for coming.
知名艺人陈道贤
A well-known celebrity, Mr. Chen. The nickname is small shrimp. Before I watch Tai Ziyuan and Xi Xiaosun and Bai Yi played the three stewardess, and they sang a Taiwanese song, and it was a nice song. Thank you. And the producer from the Hubei television, Mr. Lin, President of the Lotus Light Charitable Society, Mr. Wu, author for psychology of the two lands between Taiwan and China, Ms. Sangguan Zhaoyi, producer from CTIPD for Illuminating Your Heart, Ms. Rebecca Su, producers for the Platform Sutra and Development Stages of Tantayana, Master Lian Yue, and the host, Dharma Sister Peijun. Good afternoon. How do you do? Selamat siang in Indonesia. Selamat petang in Malaysian. And domo konnichiwa in Japanese. Today, very pleased to be together, and today it's the fire offering for Mazu, or the Celestial Mother. Homa also means fire offering. At the beginning of the Homa, the Celestial Mother, Mazu, descended. Thank you. Thank you, Mazu, the Celestial Mother, for your coming. And in True Buddha School, the most important thing is we use the tantric method of making offering. So only True Buddha School of all the tantric Buddhist sect that would do that. So we are number one. So there are many examples of in Tantrayana. When Guru Padmasambhava entered into Tibet, there were many gods revered or worshipped in the Bon tradition, the local religion in Tibet called Bonpo. And they have lots of Dharma protectors and lots of gods. And they challenge and obstruct Guru Padmasambhava to enter into Tibet. So as Guru Padmasambhava entering into Tibet, on the way, he was subduing the gods of Bonpo, or the Bon tradition, and the mountain gods of the Khalskit mountain. And the Guru subdued them one by one, and then they became the protectors of Tantrayana. There are many examples like that. So for us, we are just fulfilling the wishes of sentient beings, because Celestial Mother is also a great bodhisattva. Because her hometown is in Fujian, Meizhou, Putian, the area Putian. The family, the Lin family. There are 3 saints or sages in China. One is of the literary, is Confucian, and the other one is of martial art, is Guan Gong. And the female sage or saint is Lin Moniang, the name of Matu when she was in human form. So the Lin family in the Putian, in Fuzhou, they are very virtuous and always do goods for many generations. So there is a master that went to the Lin family and received offerings from the Lin family. And then he found that the Lin family are truly good, virtuous people. So there's a good geometry behind the family home that would let the family give birth to officials, to high officials or high scholars. It's a great geometry. So the Taoist master instructed the Lin family to have their ancestors buried at this good land of geomancy. So they give birth to a lot of scholars and officials and generals, military men. And at that time they also give birth to Lin Moniang. And the name Moniang means the quiet girl, which means because she doesn't talk, she did not speak. When she was young, she didn't speak, didn't talk. So that's why she's called the silent girl. Qi Buddha asked Manjusri Bodhisattva, "What is the Buddha nature?" And Manjusri did not answer, did not say a word. Quiet, silent. And for a while, the Kashyapa Buddha told Manjusri, "Very good, Manjusri. You have helped me explain what Buddha nature is." It turned out that silence is very good. That silence is golden. Those who speak, those who love to speak, talk nonsense mostly, or lies, or boastful, or meaningless words. It's very easy to violate the speech karma. So the silent is very incredible. If you're silent, then you will not create the bad speech karma. There's a joke that Simu told me yesterday. During supper time, and Simu told me, and she said, there was a kid that loves to lie. So his dad bought a robot that could detect lie. If someone tells a lie, the robot would slap you in Chinese. Robot. So he brought the robot home, and when the kid got home, the father asked him, "Where have you been?" And the kid said, "I studied at the library." And the robot slapped the kid. "You're lying." It was really hurting, and the kid cried. Well, the robot could detect a lie. So he said, "Oh, I was at my friend's house watching the blue film, and the dad was really angry, and the dad slapped the kid. When I was your age, I never watched blue film. You know, at your age, I never did what you did." And the robot slapped the dad. And then the mom came in and said, "How could you treat your own son so bad?" And then the robot slapped the mom. Oh God, what happened? What happened? So the easiest karma to breach is due to speech. Whatever you say mostly are lies. How many of them are true? And I'd like to tell you more that Sakyamuni Buddha gave Dharma teaching. Only at the end he say true words. That in the Prajna Sutra, only there he spoke the true words. Only in the Ultimate Sutra he spoke the real truth. And in the worldly sutras he spoke false words. So the sutras for the mundane, those are all false words. Don't think that Sakyamuni Buddha always say the truth. Only in the sutra for enlightenment that he spoke the real truth. So this is what I like to tell you today. So you have to rely on the ultimate or the enlightenment path. So what is the ultimate? Is for the enlightenment, the true understanding of the mind, and seeing the Buddha nature is the teaching to let you recognize the true face of the world, of life. So things that don't let you recognize the true face of the world or of life, that's called the mundane or the worldly teachings. Liao Yi is the ultimate or the truth. So suffering, emptiness, impermanence, no self. So in this world, who don't have suffering? All have suffering. And the Buddha said, everything is empty. Suffering, emptiness, impermanence. Nothing is fixed and permanent on earth. There is nothing fixed and permanent. That's called impermanence. No self. What can symbolize or represent Sheng-yen Lu? There is none. Is it the crown, the face, the hands, the body, the feet? Everything? The heart? Actually, you can't find your own mind or heart. There is no such thing that can represent Sheng-yen Lu. It is unfixed. Everything is unfixed. And this is called impermanence. Impermanence is a concept that to let you recognize the true face of world and of life. And if you recognize it, then that's called Ming-Xin, or the true understanding of the mind. And if you truly comprehend it and you see the Buddha nature, that's called Jian-Xin, or seeing the nature. So the silence of the Celestial Mother, that's called the true nature. So when this girl, the silent girl, grew up, she met Xuan Tong, Taoist master, who taught her practices, and then she could travel out of body, helping many beings. Because in Putian, Meizhou, in Meizhou, the city Meizhou, Putian is a coastal area. So she saved a lot of her villagers in the ocean, and then later on she became the goddess of the ocean. So Celestial Mother met Kuan Yin and met Golden Mother. And then Golden Mother guided the Celestial Mother and asked the Jade Emperor to enthrone her and to give her the name Celestial Mother, the Jade Maiden of Wonderful Actions. So she has great affinity with Kuan Yin and with Golden Mother. So Celestial Mother is very great. There is a statement. When the Celestial Mother travels, mostly with rain. Why? Because there's the legend, Da Tao Gong, the great Tao Gong master. Do you know him? Also called the Bao Sheng Emperor. One is a god, one is a goddess. And the two of them are battling. And the Celestial Mother, before she travels, she needs cosmetics. A mirror for the Celestial Mother. Oh, Sheng-yen Lu so old. And the modern Celestial Mother needs to have fake eyelashes. And she needs face powder and blush. So she travels. And the Baosheng Emperor, Dadaogong, always command the earth, command the rain to fall, is to wash off her cosmetics. So today, for the Matsu Homa, we had a little bit of rain this morning since last night. So every time Matsu travels out, there would be rain. But Matsu was also powerful. So during the birthday of the Baosheng Emperor, then it's time for the emperor to travel out on the road, and Matsu would let it windy, is to blow off his hat. So this is the legend we heard when we were young. It's just a story, it's not real. So every time Matsu travel out, it would rain, and every time the Dadaogong travels, it would be windy. So Matsu now is considered to be a local tradition, but actually she's a bodhisattva. She is great. So that's why we are also very respectful toward this Matsu. And in Taichung, there's the Hanxi Matsu that's very famous. And in Taichung City, Chenggong Street, there's also Guancheng Temple. There's also a famous Matsu there. It should be on Chenggong Street. When I was a student in the Survey Engineering College, every time I passed by there, I would pay homage. And I have met Matsu when I was in Home Pito Survey. Home Pito. It's on the beach, and I saw Matsu, the Celestial Mother, above the ocean, on the surface of the ocean. And it turned out in the area there was a small Matsu temple. I've been there. So you can do the practice of the Celestial Mother, Matsu. There's a mantra. The mantra. And the sixth syllable is home, and the mudra it's like the Jade Emperor's mudra, holding a placard. So when you meet the Jade Emperor, you hold that placard, so the mudra is like this. So with the mantra, a mudra, and visualization, and this statue, the colored statue that was done by Master Changren, asked someone to make these statues very beautiful. So with visualization, mantra, and mudra, you can do the practice of the tantric mantra chanting practice. So Master Changren during the first Sichuan big earthquake, he was there the second day the earthquake happened. And the second earthquake, he also went there. The second day the earthquake happened to relieve the disaster there. So Master Chang, please stand up. He wished that all true Buddha school would donate, whether monetarily or in your time and effort, to help the earthquakes in Sichuan. We have helped for the first time the earthquake happened, and for the second time now, we also help. So on the second day, he was already in the disaster area to provide help. It's just that he didn't go with the media or with the cameraman, so that's why we didn't know. But actually, he has done a lot. He's the president of the Lotus Light Charitable Society. He is the overall president, but Mr. Wu is the president of the Taiwan region. But Master Changren is the overall president. And he has helped in mainland China a lot. In Gansu, he created the water irrigation and to provide water for those in need in Gansu. He also built schools in the remote areas. The Hong Kong Lotus Light Charitable Society and the 10 Directional Buddhist chapter, our chapter, they always help the remote areas, and whenever disasters occurred, they're first to be there. So here I would like to suggest that with the same spirit of Ma Zhu to help others, we should provide help, money or time or effort to help all sentient beings. Would like to take this opportunity to offer our thanks to Master Changren, and I hope that everyone would chip in to help the disaster in Sichuan. Now let's continue to talk on Hevajra, chapter 41, on Hevajra's 10 key teachings. Now on point number 5, that the teaching of oneness of matters and nature can allow one to transform the 6 roots, 6 dust, 6 consciousness, 5 desires, knowing that they are non-afflictions and non-demonic, to become the attainment of meditative stabilization, provided that one awakens to this hidden realization. So, let me tell you one thing. What is merits and what is luck or good fortune? If you say that you have good merits and you are very fortunate, virtuous, so externally, of course, you show the compassion, mercy, joy, and equanimity. But internally, it's different. So those who are virtuous and with great merits are those who can recognize the true face of life. So Once you are told or you are taught to recognize the true face of life, the true face of the world, then you would gain merits and be fortunate. And the teacher would also have merits and fortune. So if I teach you that, you would also gain merits and virtues, and gradually you would recognize the true face. So only those with merits and with good fortune could gather together to hear the teachings, to understand all the phenomena, all the true phenomena of everything. This is most important. Only those with merits and good virtues would be able to sit here. So without it, it's impossible for you to be here. You won't be here. So those who teach it also gain merits and good virtues, and those who listen also gain merits and good virtues. So here, Hevajra, the 6 roots, 6 dust, 6 consciousness, they're all just transformation, and altogether is the 18 realms. So the eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body and mind. And then this of the worldly one is called the 6 dust, and then plus the 6 consciousness plus the realm of the mind, altogether 18 realms. So the 5 aggregates, the 6 roots, and then the 5 desires. And the 5 desires are wealth, senses, name, food and sleep. The 5 desires. If you recognize that they are non-afflictive. Why? Because they actually could create afflictions. Why they are called non-afflictions? Think about it. So all the sensations can bring afflictions. There's a woman asked the boyfriend, if I fall into the river together with your mom, who would you save first? This question is often asked. So a fiancé and mother both fell into the water, who would you save first? And the man said, my mom knew ahead of time that you would ask this question. So for the happiness of her sons, my mom, in her 50s, learned how to swim. Of course, he saves the girlfriend first, the fiancé first. And the mother can swim on her own because she's learned how to swim. A lot of people ask this question. Mom and wife, who would you save first? If one of them know how to swim, then it will be easy. This is important. So what I'm saying is a lot of things create affliction. Why could it be non-affliction then? The love letter, the first love letter that husband wrote to me said, Every time I meet you, my heart beats so fast, like a little rabbit jumping all over my chest. When they were still lovers, the man wrote a love letter to the woman, and the woman's heart starts to beat fast. Now they are married for 3 years. So all of a sudden, out of impulse, she asked the husband, so in the past, your heart was just like a little deer jumping all over your chest before, but now where's that deer? And the husband said, oh, the deer was killed, hitting the wall. When I saw my girlfriend before, that little deer jumping all over, after I got married, only for 1 month, and the deer was dead. The deer could live for 3 years. That's already incredible. You need to know that this is also an affliction. It's also at that time when you had the deer jumping all over, you didn't know that that's the start of an affliction. After you got married, then you would know. I'm not talking about myself. Don't misunderstand. I'm talking about you. So affliction and non-affliction. You didn't have affliction because you haven't got married. Once you get married, you know the afflictions. But then the afflictions become non-afflictions. Why? Because they turn out to be the same thing. It's one, not two. They all fell from the heart. When you love him to death. When you hate him to death. Love and hate are the same thing. They are feeling that you feel. That's why afflictions are non-afflictions. The 6 roots, 6 deaths, 6 consciousness, 5 desires, you need to regard them as non-afflictions. Why? Because they turn out to be the same thing. That afflictions and non-afflictions turn out to be the same thing. They are all created by your mind. They are felt by your heart. It is one, not two. Love is one. Hate is also one. Affliction is one. Non-affliction is also one. So 6 roots, 6 dice, 6 consciousness, 5 desires are non-afflictions. So I don't know if you still don't understand after explaining it this way. Afflictions are created by yourself. You create your own afflictions. You need to treat them as non-afflictions. Then you would be happy as you live. Live for a day and happy for a day. And they are not demons, they are maras. The 6 senses, the 6 sense objects, the 6 roots, 6 dust, 6 consciousness, they are not maras. We often say the sex maniac, sex demon. There are many of them. Sex demon and sex maniacs are about the same. This is Cantonese. Good taste and sex maniac sounds similar. There's the Cantonese version.
好吃跟好色呢，好食，好食是好吃，好食是好色。
And sex maniac, it's the same. So it's one, not two.
好色其实是一。我那天讲，我们都是不正常的。
I've said it before that we are all abnormal. So who is not craving for sex? Fury said, Namo Amitabha. Oh, beautiful. You're chanting Amitabha. How come you say, oh, beautiful? So it's one. They're both created by your mind. So Cantonese is most accurate. The same, right? So good taste and wanting sex sound the same. And they're both created by your mind. So affliction and non-afflictions are one. Who are not craving for sensations. If you see a girl and then you start to extend your hand, hug, and take pictures and pinches. And when I was giving blessings on the heads, I saw a man at the back, and then wherever Grandmaster is, he would touch the girl's face. He's not trying to get the blessing, but he's just trying to touch the girls. So if you can control it, then you're considered normal. If you can't control it, you will be sent to the mental hospital. So most public are normal because you're in control. But whether you're craving for those sensualities, only you yourself would know. Like I said before, it's very popular now for girls to wear mini skirts, very short skirts, and the whole legs are exposed. And we're in the car, and we saw one, and then your head turning as the car drives by, and you even extend the head out the window. So this is problematic. If he could get off the car, he would follow that girl. We are not as incredible as Master Lianji. Because for Master Lianji, if there's a girl passing by, and he just take a deep breath, and immediately he knows the size, the cup size of that girl and the size of the underwear. Just checking the body, he would know. Because that's what he did before. I don't lie to you, that's what he told me before. Because whenever he saw a girl passing by, he would know the size of the girl. Because he did the business of underwears, so he did research on this. 38, 24, 38. He knows all this.
年纪上是对不对？
That's the 年纪, right?
他以前跟我讲，现在有点不太承认。
He told me before, now he didn't want to admit it.
这个其实啊，是魔由心生，也是你心里产生出来的。
So actually, these are created by your own mind or heart. Wealth, sensualities, name, they're all very enticing. But actually, they're created by your own mind. They're not demons. So if you can awaken to this realization that they are non-afflictions and non-demonic, that the matters and the nature are the same, are one, then you can enter into samadhi and attain the stabilization, samadhi, samudha. Because if you have afflictions, then you cannot enter into samadhi. Because when there are maras, you cannot enter into samadhi. The only reason you can enter into samadhi is because you have no afflictions. Then you can truly enter into samadhi. If you're afflicted, then you would lose sleep. You can't fall asleep. If you have no afflictions, it would be easy for you to enter into sleep. Because your head is cool and you can enter into sleep. But if something is in your mind or in your heart, then you would lose sleep. And then you cannot enter into sleep. And sleep and samadhi or meditation are very similar. But samadhi is not sleeping. But because there are no afflictions and you recognize that there are no maras or demons distracting you. So this is very important. The 5 desires and the 5 poisons, greed, anger, foolishness, doubt and pride, and wealth, sensualities, name, food and sleep, you need to know that they are created by the mind. And then if you retract all of them and forget about them, then you become the great adept of samadhi. So it's 5:30 already. There's a college graduate that interviewed for a job, and the boss asked, "What kind of work environment do you know?" The monthly salary of 100,000 and a vacation abroad 30 days. Well, I give you a monthly salary of 200,000 and give you 60 days and paid for you. And the college graduate, wow, so good. Are you kidding? And then the boss answered, well, you were kidding first. But today what I'm saying is not a joke. This is close to the true face. I'm teaching you in order to have attainments in samadhi, samudha. You need to recognize that afflictions are not afflictions and that the maras are non-maras. Actually, maras and afflictions are created by your own mind. They're all created by your own mind. If you recognize that afflictions and maras, and you recognize them clearly, then you can enter into samadhi. Then it would be very easy. Grandmaster is not kidding with you. I'm telling you true words today. I'm telling you the truth, that afflictions and demons are created by your own mind. Actually, there is no need to create those. You don't need to create the afflictions and all those stuff. There's this joke. These are actually afflictions of people. The husband knows the wife is pregnant and very happy, and he wanted to tell everyone. So he used the wife's phone, cell phone, not his own cell phone, and sent a text message to all the wife's friends that I'm pregnant. And not long, the wife's mother replied, "Oh, isn't your husband important? So you're in contact with Xiao Li again?" And then not long, the brother-in-law wrote, "What will you do with the kid?" And then the old friend wrote, "We haven't met for half a year, so don't blame me." And then the colleague also wrote, "No way, we're just together for 2 days." And then the leader wrote, "I'll give you 10,000. Why don't you rest for a period of time?" A period of time, only 10,000? That's not much money. That's only 40 or 50 NT dollars. Oh, the leader is stingy. And the client wrote, "Don't shock me. Come to my house again once and I'll sign a contract." And there's a stranger that wrote, "If you get divorced, then we'll keep the child." Another foreigner wrote, stranger wrote, "You wouldn't say it's mine." There's another stranger that wrote, Don't kid around. I have tied my cord." So when the husband used the wife's cell phones, wrote, "I'm pregnant," it created afflictions in many people's minds. Right? All these afflictions, problems, troubles. What should we do? The teacher asked the student, "John, what will you be when you grow up?" And John said, "I want to become an official, and then earn a lot of money, and then have a mistress. And if and buy beautiful clothes and jewelry for the mistress." and then take the mistress traveling around the world. And the teacher asked the next student, Li, what will you be when you grow up? And Lily was shy. I want to become the mistress of John. These are all afflictions. We say that people always have ideals. When you cannot reach your ideals, then you would be afflicted. When you cannot reach your goals, you would be afflicted. And if you don't get what you want, you would become afflicted. You would become worrisome. Why don't you step backward and give way? You have no goals, and I don't want to get anything, and I don't ask for anything. I don't expect anything. Then at this time you will not be afflicted anymore. You need to know that the ungainability, that there is nothing to gain, is to teach you not to be afflicted. This is the true phase. That it is impossible for you to gain anything at the time when you're leaving the world. Like if I'm going back to Taiwan and I open my luggage and I place my daily necessities in there, the clothes, medicine from America, supplements, and then I carried the luggage and flew back to Taiwan. In the future, one day, we all will leave the world. What would you pack then? Because this is the true fact, that all will die eventually, no exception. You cannot say that, oh, it's not for me, I don't want to talk about it. Even then you will also die. Whether you want to talk about it or not, you will die. Because death is the true fact that everyone will die. What will you pack then? You pack your house, you pack your cars, you pack your bank deposits, your cash, your diamond rings, your expensive watches. Tantayana told me that the only thing you can pack is your root guru, your yidam, your personal deity, and your main protector. Some people say, if I pack my root guru, my yidam, and my protector, does it mean that I take their photos into my coffin? Or pull Grandmaster into it, accompanying you in the burial? No. It's using your mind to be mindful of the names of your root guru, of the yidam, of the protector, or the mantras of the root guru, of the yidam, of the main protector, or their looks, the look of the root guru, of the yidam, of the protector, and pack them. That's the only thing you can pack with you. You can only pack your root guru, your Yidam personal deity and your main protector. Because only these three could let you gain the true understanding of the mind and seeing the nature during the intermediate state or the Buddha state. So in this human world, you need to learn about the true facts and the true faces of the world and of life. You need to learn this. This is the first key meaning of Buddhism, or Buddha Dharma. If you have recognized the true facts and the true faces, that's the true understanding of the mind. And only then you would be able to see the nature. So what is enlightenment? You need to be this way. Everything is unfixed. With one earthquake, perhaps you would be gone. How long will you live? It's unfixed. Nothing is fixed. That's impermanence. One day, when you reach the end, the only thing you can pack is the good guru, the Yidam, and the protector. Om Mani Padme Hum.